friends. How's everybody doing? We've got a lot to do in a very short amount of time, friends. But we're making some tinctures. Busy day today. I had to work. Also had to do the funeral home thing. Had to get to the post office. I need to make some tinctures that I put off. And I'm doing fine, Norma. It's just kind of, it's just busy. You know what I mean? We're going to do a few. So, this live isn't going to be long, so we'll probably do some more maybe tonight, later on. Yes, hi Patricia, how are you? I did put out a video with a GoFundMe. So he was a SEAL. He didn't have insurance because he thought the government would take care of him because of his service. And with cutbacks, thanks to our current administration, there are certain things that are not covered. Even dropping it down to just a cremation, they are fucking government. Anyway, I did put a GoFundMe up to cover things that were not covered. So it's not putting the brunt of it on my shoulders. And yeah. Anyway, anywhooty, we will do what we do. He has, friends, so I put it out on Facebook. I put it out on here so that his friends, and because he didn't have a lot of family, he has a brother and a sister who anyway, limited amount of time, but we can come back here later on this evening and do some more if I can squeeze some time in. Now then, the first one I've had a lot of requests on is, thank you, Norma. It's just been. Hey, Prana, how are you? And life doesn't stop. Even though you have these trials that you're faced with, life doesn't stop. The 9-to-5 job doesn't stop. Your responsibilities don't stop. And you gotta try to squish them all in there, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, I had a lot of requests. I'm fine, sweetheart. I'm fine. I've had a lot of requests. It is so hard. And it's hard when they don't have insurance. I get why he didn't. I do. I get it. He served his country. I get it. I don't understand our government and how they are the first ones to take away from our military, but they're the first ones to give to illegal immigrants or to foreign countries. I don't get it. So, he's not even... Anyway, we'll talk about that later. It's still kind of raw, but they treat our vets kind of like shit. Anyway, I've had a lot of requests for soursop tincture. So I ground down the leaves. We've got them into a powder form. I'm doing a 1-to-1 ratio. I want this to be a strong tincture. And I did get as much surface area to grinding it down to a powder. I hope so too. I truly do. We'll see. We'll see. Worst case scenario, I'll cover it. Worst case scenario. But man, you know what I'm saying? It's an ex-husband. Ooh. It's in my link tree. I did put it in my link tree. I did a video. I don't expect any of you guys to. You guys support me in my business, so, you know, I don't expect that. I know there are tons of generous people out here on TikTok that I thought may help. We're just asking for $2,500. I have got, because the total cost of a funeral, like I said, we could look at cremation, but he did want to be buried. We have the cemetery plot is for veterans, so we got that taken care of. That cost is okay. And I've covered a percentage of, you know, everything else, the embalming, the casket, things like that. But there are other things they didn't cover. So I'm just asking for that $2,500. Like I said, hopefully his friends step up. And I shared it on Facebook, so hopefully they will see it. Hi, Shar. So we have a 1-to-1 ratio. We are going to use the Folk method in doing a tincture. So ground up soursop, and I'm using 100 proof, 50% alcohol by volume vodka for this. For those of you who are subscribed to my website, again, there's no cost for that. As we start talking about making medicine, we're going to go deeper into how to make stronger medicine, utilizing different methods, a percolation method. We'll also start looking, hey, Lady Moon, how are you? I'm doing well. Thank you, sweetheart. Percolation method. We'll also start looking at integrating intermediate processes into how we make things. We'll also discuss a mixture of solvents. So as you know, our solvents, the best solvents out there are your alcohol, they're your apple cider vinegar, and your glycerate. So we'll look at combination solvents. So those are things I really haven't showed out here on TikTok. We slowly, as summer, let's get you guys down. And excuse all this, because we got a lot going on. We did a few fresh herbs as spring and summer came around, but we'll get more into that because you have to take water content of your herbs into consideration. And if you get too much water, you're going to have bacteria, and you will not have a long shelf life. So this is bubbling, and the reason being is that the alcohol hasn't gotten in there. So we're going to debubble it. I'm going to use this. This is from a canning kit. If you are a canner, you know what this is. You could also use a wooden spoon also. But you're just going to go in. You want to make sure every bit of the surface of your plant matter has soaked up and is being touched by that alcohol. So call that debubbling it. I'm going to add more in here. I always add to the top. Ooh, finished off that whole bottle. Telling you, the people at the liquor store think I'm an alcoholic as much as I buy. I'm a fan of press and seal when it comes to covering my tincture so that there's a barrier between the lid and the alcohol. Boy, it's been a long time since we made stuff, huh? Tinctures. We're going to go ahead and label this. This is soursop. Now, keep in mind, you'll see other writing on here because I save my canning lids. You can't reuse them to can food but you can use them for your tinctures, storing your herbs, etc. Today's the 10th. All right, and I'm going to put an A on there because I'm slowly going to start integrating glycerites into my, teachings. So I need to be able to distinguish a glycerite from alcohol. So we have the name, the date, and I have an A on there because it is alcohol. And we're just going to shake that up. I always turn it over to make sure it is entirely submerged and there's no leftovers that are being exposed to air. Why the paper? It gives it a barrier because this is alcohol, ethanol, and it can rust or start degrading to degrade the aluminum lid. So, and you don't want that aluminum to seep into your alcohol tincture. So I put a barrier there. You could use a coffee filter if you would like. I like the press and seal just because, or you could use wax paper. Coffee filters seem to be a little bit more messy, but definitely no paper towels though. Those will fall apart. All right, so we've got that one made. We're gonna have to relocate some stuff. I have got stuff everywhere, guys. Everywhere. I've done a lot of restocking of my herbs. Oh, man. It's just been craziness. All right, the next thing that we are going to do, this is very different from what we have done before. This is a gallon jar, and I have spoke about phytochemistry. Did you put the leaves in a blender? Yes, I did. I made them a powder. So it's a good question because the next thing that we're going to be dealing with is a root. And it's Osha root. Osha root is very good for lung health, for breathing. Not necessarily just for bronchitis, but overall lung health. It's good for COPD. I used to make this for my ex-husband because he had COPD. But it's wonderful for lung health. The thing is that it is a root and it's very hard to break up. So what I do before I even make the tincture, yeah, you can go ahead, honey, is I want this to soak in alcohol to break down the cellular walls. So, and this lid is one of my fermentation lids. I have another lid over there somewhere. Hold on. Like I said, I try to be organized. I get halfway there. So we have a regular lid here. Now, Patricia, so for example, yes, it is very powerful. So as I had mentioned, you asked about the press and seal. This one, I'm not going to use a press and seal, and I'm not going to fill it all the way up either. But if I were to fill this entire jar all the way up, I would not have to put the press and seal in there because it's plastic, but I probably still would just because I'm Angie. Just because I like consistency. If you keep doing the same thing and this, the same process over and over, you know you're doing it right. Okay, so Osha root. And Eric, can you give me a knife, please? Sharp one. Right side. There you go. Thank you. I'm going to open this up. Now then, This is your osha root. It's dried. You can see the rhizomes coming off of it. See that there, that little thing? All right, so, I guess it's not as hard as I thought. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to break up this as much as I can, but I'm not going to struggle crazy with it because I'm going to soak this in alcohol in a very high Everclear 190 proof alcohol. And that's going to break the cell walls down so that after a few days, I can go back to it and I can get more surface area and break it down even more. This is going to be a tincture, so you do need the high proof alcohol for roots. Roots and resins. So like a frankincense or myrrh, which see, there's just no way. Okay, we have got 190 proof Everclear. And we are going to cover that baby up. And I figured that was going to happen. They only had one of these on the shelves. And do you know, when you buy 190 proof, you have to sign a paper. I have to tell them what I'm doing with it. Isn't that weird? But they only had one, and I knew that was going to happen. So I do have osha root that I made in April. So we're just going to add this in there. As I mentioned, I made this for my ex-husband, this tincture. So I had some. Oh, you don't? Isn't that crazy? The next thing that I'm going to add is a clove tincture from March. And that is one of the ingredients in this Breathe. So we're going to add some clove. So that I wanted to explain. It's a good thing to make your individual tinctures, and that's what I used to do all the time. I don't do it as much now since the business is going, and I focus more on combination tinctures, meaning multiple herbs in one tincture, and making a specific blend. But I used to make individual tinctures of every herb that I grew, that I purchased, everything. And then if I wanted to just make a 1 serving or maybe 4 ounces of a tincture, I would add and combine like I just did now. And then I'd have my tincture. But I don't do that as much. It is a great practice if you're not really selling them and you're just doing it for family and friends, for yourself, to have those individual tinctures. And if somebody needs something, you already have those tinctures individually that you can combine together to make a bronchitis tincture, to make, whatever. Or if you wanted a glycerite, you could do 70% glycerite, you could do, or 60% glycerite, you could do 30% water and 10% of your alcohol, and so you've got the strength. But anyways, that's something that we'll get into more as we start talking about combination solvents. So this, like I said, is just going to sit. This is going to break up those cell walls of that root. Let me make sure there's nothing else that I want to add in there. I need osha root. No, for right now, that's good. In a couple days, I'm going to add the other ingredients. because there's other tinctures that I want to touch upon during this live. We can finish this one later on. So we're just going to pop the lid on that. And I will know what that is, because I'm going to touch it again real soon. Do all the tinctures have to sit 8 weeks? Yes, yes. And be shaken. Be shaken. There is a machine that you can get. I think some of them are called Levos. I have an Infusium 420. It is a machine that you can add your ingredients, and it'll make you a tincture in 8 hours. The problem with that is that it's not going to be as strong as if it sits. It does involve heat because it warms it up. So you may be losing some of your medicinal value of your herbs because of it touching, heat being involved. But they're still good tinctures. The strength quality is what I'm talking about. So yeah, I mean, I've had to use it in a pinch, believe me. All right, friends, the next thing we're going to do is a UTI, kidney health, kidney support. I had made, which way are we at? A corn silk tincture back on September the 2nd. So we're not really to our 6 to 8 weeks. Oh, well, thank you, Cheryl. I truly, truly, truly appreciate that, sweetheart. I really, really do. God blessed me with all of you, dear friends. He really did. He truly, truly did. Thank you, sweetheart. So corn silk, friends. Corn silk is wonderful for kidney health, urinary tract infections. This was the corn that we grew here at my home. I know exactly what was used in the soil. I know what we put on our plants, and I can guarantee you without a doubt it was 100% natural. We use eggshells, coffee grounds, banana water, and fish guts from John Fishing, so parts of the fish. So 100% natural. Now, as I'd mentioned, this was just done on September the 2nd, so I haven't gone to my 6 to 8 weeks. But it's at the point I want to add more to it. So, yes, there is corn silk tea. And even now, after sitting in that alcohol, it still smells like corn. You do smell a little bit, you do smell the vodka, but you smell the corn. Isn't that amazing? I want to step this up a notch. I normally just use corn silk by itself, but I actually want to add some more herbs. My uncle, Tommy, I know those of you who follow me, I had explained to you guys that he just had to go through a surgery on a kidney stone. And he, put it this way, it was so large they weren't sure if they got it all. He had a surgery on October the 4th. He has to go back on the 28th so that they can go back in to make sure they got it all. It was not cancerous or anything, but it was humongous and it was soft. So it was friable. It could, get under things to where they couldn't, get everything. But that made me think, we need something a little bit stronger. So along with the corn silk, we are going to be adding uva ursi. It is spelled like this. This is the powder, and I did get it from the herb company. So we're going to add some of this. Let me get a measuring cup. And I have a 1/2 cup that we're going to use. Eric, can you do me a favor and get me a zip? Oh, why did I take this off? A Ziploc baggie underneath there.
Very good.
Yeah. And I know you guys knew what was. You're probably like, Angie, don't take that off. No, thank you, sweetheart. Spilled it everywhere. All right. The next thing that I'm going to add to this is going to be lobelia. Now, the reason that I'm adding lobelia is because lobelia, whoops, lobelia is a wonderful herb. It somewhat acts as an antibiotic, and it can help a little bit with pain. And as you guys know, we just discussed that kidney infections can be, kidney stones can be very, very painful. So we're going to put, if I can do this without making another mess. Oh, jeez, Angie. I'm going to do another 1/2 cup of this. And again, that is lobelia. Whew. Powders went right up my nose. We're going to add more alcohol. And from what we already had with the corn silk, with the 1 cup, we're looking at a probably about a 2 to 3 ratio. Well, maybe not even. It's going to be stronger than that because I'm not considering all that corn silk down there at the bottom. This one, because of the weight of that corn silk in the bottom, the reason you're seeing that it's overflowing, whereas we didn't see that in the what was the first one we did? The soursop. It's because we've got the corn silk that has been soaking since the beginning of September, and it's heavier versus the powder that we just put in. So what we're going to do, corn silk, uva ursi, lobelia, 10, 10, 23, and that was, okay. We're going to shake this up, we're going to open it back up, and we're going to top it off with the alcohol. Hi, Lindsay. How are you? Oh, my non-alcoholic beverage, friends. Doing good, thank you. All right, so we have got our UTI kidney stone, and this is corn silk uva ursi lobelia with today's date. All right. Does anyone else's ears ring a lot? I find it so frustrating. Need to look into a few things. Look into Creeping Charlie, the juice of Creeping Charlie. Also, go search on here, Dr. Berg, tinnitus. He has a good exercise you can do for it. And did we have another one? I did have another one. We are going to be making some saw palmetto. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Maybe I don't. I have an open one. Yeah, when I say that I have been, like, I had to restock, I've got, friends, so much stuff I've restocked. All right, we'll have to do this saw palmetto later because I cannot, well, no, we don't have to. We can do it now. Yeah, I did have to restock on some things. Plus, I wanted to make some other goodies. Like I said, I made some saw palmetto tincture a couple months ago, and it was only on the shelves for like a week, and then it was sold out. So I was like, boy, I better get that back on there. And this is clean. I just got it out of the dishwasher. All right, because my other one that I was using fell on the floor. Saw palmetto. It's great for men's health. As far as energy, erectile dysfunction, anything dealing with men's health in that area. For women and men, it's fantastic for your hair. It's one of the best things. You can also take this internally. And this is going to be one of the ingredients in our hair tincture. I'm going to be making a hair tincture that's going to include wonderful herbs that help internally to help hair growth. So, good stuff coming. And look how dark and beautiful that is. So this is a half a cup. So we've got 3 cups. And this is a quart jar. The bad part about using powder is, do you see how it gets clumpy? Mud-like. But once you get it initially stirred up, you get it filled up with their alcohol, and then you start shaking it, the muddiness does go away. But you got to shake it every day to help that whole process. Yeah, did you see that? Okay, friends. Yeah, it did look like chocolate milk, didn't it? Real thick chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk. Who doesn't love chocolate milk? You know what I'm saying? Saw pimento. And this is 10, 10, 23. I know you guys probably won't be able to see that writing real well, but it does say sal pimento. So we're going to shake her up. Now, I don't know. Can you see the bottom there? That's why you need to shake it, because it will still try to clump. You said if the bubble's not out, it can cause bacteria. What kind? Did I say if the bubbles aren't out? Not if the bubbles aren't out. If the way you get bacteria is not having enough alcohol percentage. So you always want to use a high proof alcohol. Live plants, and I was talking about that during the soursop, so that may have been where I confused you guys. If you have live plants, plants are made of water. So if you have a live plant, something, let's say, like, I don't know, a water lily. Let's just say we're going to take a water lily and we're going to make a tincture with it. That's a lot of water. Or like a California poppy. It's consists of a lot of water content in its molecular structure. So you have to take into consideration, okay, this plant has water, but so does my alcohol. And so if you're using 100 proof alcohol, that means it's 50% alcohol and 50% water. So you've got 50% water in your alcohol right here. Well, we got to figure out how much water is in this plant, because you want, it can't go above 50%. Otherwise, you've got more water than alcohol and you can get bacteria. But it's also best, if you do debubble, to make sure that you get all the air out so that you can fill your alcohol all the way to the top. That's why you put, I always turn it over. I want to make sure that everything is submerged and touching the alcohol. Because it's something, even when you make your fire cider, you want everything to be covered in whatever liquid, in whatever solvent you have, because if it's sitting on top and the air's touching it, that air can bring bacteria. So, yeah, I'm sorry I confused you guys. All right, so we've got a sal pimento. Yay! fermentation station's getting busy again. Getting busy. Oh. Let's turn you guys around. That mirror thing so you guys can read things and everything's not backwards to you. It messes with my brain, that whole backward thing. So we went through crazy enough, friends. We did, what did we do? We did a soursop tincture. We did a saw palmetto tincture. We did a UTI tincture, and we started our OSHA root, our breathe for COPD, for asthma tincture. We started that, and we went through 1, 2, and the Everclear bottle. So we went through quite a bit, and I bought 3 of these today. So we went through quite a bit. Yeah, it amazes me how fast I go through alcohol, and I don't even drink. But anyway, so as I was mentioning before, friends, making individual tinctures out of your herbs. So here's a licorice. So let me give you an idea. So here's a licorice, right? This is a wild cherry bark. So licorice is good for cough, flu, phlegm support. Licorice is wonderful for that. Wild cherry bark is wonderful for coughing. We could make a tincture, throw some mullein in there, throw some grandelia in there. I think I've got some elecampane already. We could just dump those and have an instant tincture, right? So that's why I was saying you can blend if you make individual tinctures, if you have the space. So then you have them to when you need them. And something to think about in doing it that way. I found it was helpful for me. So you could just grab a tincture bottle. Somebody, you know, one of your kids or family members, oh God, I've got this cough I can't get rid of. Or we got bronchitis, or, you know, the sea is hitting us. Pour your, you know, your little bits in there from each one of your individual tinctures you've made. And now you've got yourself a great bronchial cough, etc., whatever you would need. So yeah. Any questions? Any questions, friends? Good deal. So yeah. Oh, I am going to be going live again upstairs at some point in time. I've got to make some videos. We have some orders, yes. Yeah. There's some sitting over here too that I couldn't really. We have more OSHA roots. We've got wild cherry bark. This we already just used. This is a saw palmetto. That was one of the other ones we used. We've got some elderflower. I gotta put all this shit away. So anyway, and I already filled some of my apothecary. I couldn't sleep. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning, guys. I just wide awake. Time for coffee. And I was down here in the kitchen at 4:30 this morning, filling up my jars in my apothecary with some of these things. Some of them go out into the safe. I've got to organize. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Hope you're doing well. So, I'll probably go live tomorrow, and we'll just have discussions as I'm unpacking these, and we can go over the benefits of each of these herbs. So if you don't follow me and you're interested in things like that, please follow. We'll talk about that. There's that damn saw palmetto that I was looking for that was already opened. I've got to make some more. I've got to make some more of my mineral health tincture. And when I started my business, I knew there would be times when it would just be so much easier if I already had the tinctures. Hi, Black Woman. How are you? I'm glad you're loving it. Thank you for the rose. We're making tinctures. We're making our own medicine. How wonderful is that we can make our own medicine? I did not grab a large enough jar. I know I have some half gallons out in the garage, but they need sanitized before I can use them. But anyway, what I did was I vacuum sealed pre-mixed tinctures. So this is enough for 1 gallon, and it has been vacuum sealed, and it has all the ingredients in there, which has come in so handy to do this. All I've got to do is open this up, pour this into a 1 gallon jar, and add my menstruum. Let it sit for 6 to 8 weeks, strain it, and we've got our medicine. 100% natural, and, you know, this was a saving grace. This is the mineral health tincture. Aw, thank you, Black Woman. I'm glad. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? How are you feeling? But Norma, this is that mineral health that has bladderwrack, Irish sea moss, and burdock. This gives you the full 102 minerals that our bodies need. So, like I said, I just, what is it? Food savored it, you know, sealed it. So there's no oxygen, there's no air in here that are so this isn't getting. Yeah, it's already on the website. I just need to make some more. We're running low. So, and I had pre-mixed them. So everything's in here that I need. All I got to do is open it. And Aw, have you tried that, you know, that pain tincture I sent you? I remember you saying you had an allergy to latex, and that has it in there. I'll send you another one without the wild lettuce. That one would work better for you since you have an allergy. Okay. You can even put it on top with some castor oil so it penetrates down into your skin, because that's what castor oil does. Castor oil penetrates. Yes, Norma, I have yours ready to go. Yay! Yay, Prana! That way, Black Woman, if you add some castor oil with that tincture, that pain tincture, and you know, your back's hurting, put it on there, and it's, girl, when I strain it, and I've got glove on. Hold on. This is the glove that I strain it with. Can you tell how thick this glove is? Okay. When I'm wearing that glove, I use this hand to squeeze it so I'm getting all the good stuff out of there. That pain tincture is so strong. My hand right here gets numb. it goes through this glove. So if you use a little bit of castor oil with that tincture, it will penetrate and help. If you have that ginger lily cream lotion that I showed you guys, you can get on Amazon for $20 a gallon. If you add that pain tincture to that, you could rub that around on your skin. Order what? Ordering the which one are you? Excuse me. Which one are you asking to? How do you order, Norma? The butter. Oh yes, that's on my Amazon. Yes, that's on my Amazon. And I remember you asking me how to get to my Amazon shop. Yep, it's right in my link tree. Yes, ma'am. If you go to my link tree, you can get it there. So all you would need to do is add that pain. I'll just send it to you. I went to the post office today. I got to strain it. So give me till the end of the week and I'll get it sent to you, Norma. Okay, honey? Yes, Cheryl. They all are folk tinctures. Yes, ma'am, they are. Yep. So Norma, I'll get your pain tincture to you this week. And if you're interested on buying the butter lotion, it's in my Amazon link is in my link tree. It's under health and beauty and you can find it there. Okay. So yeah, friends, honestly, that pain tincture works. Like I said, this is the glove that I use to strain it, and my hand goes numb. I am so glad you are loving it. Sweet. That has some good oils. It has kukui oil from Hawaii. It has cacao oil from the rainforest. It has some very luxurious good oils in that Blue Lotus. And Blue Lotus, doesn't it smell divine? You're allowed to be greedy, right? We are allowed to be. And guys, I'm sorry about the dishes. Sorry. Life's been kind of busy. I haven't gotten to my dishes. My son actually did my dishes for me over the weekend, and that's from a few days. Sorry. I just so busy lately. A lot going on. I not normally have dishes in my sink, I promise. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. But yes, we're going to be making some more tinctures probably tomorrow night. I'm going to go live tonight. We'll be upstairs in the Kartrashian room. I want to show you some soaps that I got from a creator here on TikTok. From what I saw on her website, I haven't opened them yet, but what I saw on her website have actually got to be the most beautiful soaps that I've seen, and they were so reasonably priced. I can't wait to smell them. Yes, tonight we'll be doing this. One of them, they're both goat milk soaps, but one of them is a magnolia scent. And I love magnolia. It smells so divine. But yeah, if you guys can catch me, I'm also going to do a video about it because I want to make sure she gets awareness. I would love to see her shop go great, go wonderfully. And also Lock and Key Apothecary, she sent me, I bought some great soaps from her that I haven't had a chance to do a video on that either. And so I'll share those with you guys. So yeah. Do you guys have any questions about the tinctures that we made? Oh, the special no wild lettuce tincture. We'll talk about that. I'll message you, okay? I'll message you and we'll get it squared away. I do have an Amazon storefront. It's in my link tree, and you'll find all the things, including that butter lotion. That's only $19.99. It's 100% organic, no additives, no preservatives, no junk in it. It's unscented, so you can add your own essential oils. You can add the Monroe effect to it. You could add the Blue Lotus oil to it. You could add your pain tincture to it. There's so much, friends, and you will have lotions. And you know, I've noticed, you guys know I put oil on my face all the time, but the change, even though it's not wintertime, just the change in the temperature and the dryness that we're starting to notice, I notice my face is feeling dry already. And I put oil on my face all the time. I don't even use soap on my face. I use oils on my face to clean them. I hydrate my face with water, with the teas that we make. So yeah, it's time to start throwing some moisturizers on our skins to keep them. Not only the oils, we need to put the oil on there. We need to spritz ourselves with some beautiful rose water that you can make yourself. Or just plain water for that matter. Just spritz your face with water. Keep it glowing. Keep it fresh. And then, you know, my face is very soft. But I noticed it was getting dry. It was getting dry. You just need to take some dried roses, Rebecca, and make it like a tea. Oh, and let it sit. And then strain it. And you've got yourself rose water that you can either drink or you can put in a spray bottle and hydrate your face. Rose water is wonderful for your skin. You're forgetting that we have, yes, we do have many toxins in the air. Yes, you are right. Toxins. They're putting shit in everything. I had to stop at the gas station today on my way to the funeral home. And I wanted something to drink. I didn't take a water with me, so I went in to get something to drink. And I'm like, looking at the shit that they had in there. Like hot foods, some of the stuff that they have, like snack and go stuff that they had, like, I'm like, ooh, I wonder how long that's been sitting in the packet. I don't know. It just freaks me out. I don't know. I don't like buying things from gas stations that just kind of, you know how processed that shit is? And then they're like chicken tornado or something on the little hot dog thing, and I was like, what the hell is that? And I'm looking, and some guy goes, it looks like a piece of chicken, doesn't it? And I'm like, yeah, but it says it's chicken, but it looks like a hot dog. What is it? We just started laughing. It was like, who wants to eat something like that? Anyway, said it was chicken, but it looked like a hot dog. Anyway, friends, I am going to hop off here. I've got manufactured meat is right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Patricia. I'm not trying to make it bad for you. I'm really not. We're going to be doing, remember, we got the Zoom meeting this weekend, Sunday. But I'm going to need to do some more freezer meals, freezer crock pot meals. So if anybody has any recipes you want to share with me, or if you want me to find a recipe for something you're interested in making in a crock pot that you can freeze and just dump and go, please message me and we will figure it out and we'll come up with a recipe. Tonight we had buffalo chicken and rice. That was one of our crock pot meals. I just made some rice this evening, and that was easy peasy. It was Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Hi, Sarah, how are you? By the way, Sarah, you got an email from me today. Anybody who had an order with me, they went out. You should have had an email from me with your tracking number. But Sherry, it is fun. And we had buffalo chicken, which is your Frank's and ranch dressing. And like I said, we had that over rice. What other? I'm going to be doing Tuscany chicken again. That is a hit in my house. I love it. I've already gone through both of those meals because they've requested it over and over. And as a matter of fact, they asked me if I had any more in the freezer. And I'm like, no, I don't. So the Tuscany chicken, if you guys have never made that, it's so easy. And it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. And the only thing you have to do when dinner is ready is make yourself some noodles. I usually put a linguine or something like that. And that's easy to do. But we made a balsamic chicken. We made some beef tips, which we've had the beef tips already. It's just really convenient when life gets busy. My life's truly been busy lately, to just be able to throw something in the crock pot and I don't have to cook. So again, if there's a recipe you would like to share with me, oh, well, thank you. Yes, there is a GoFundMe in my link tree. Those of you who don't know, my ex-husband passed away. He was a Navy SEAL, SEAL Team 5, did not have life insurance, had always thought that the military would take care of them, but they will only pay for certain things. So we're short $2,500 from being able to bury him. And, the plot, of course, is taken care of by the government, but our lovely government has cut back on our veterans' benefits horribly. But we can we can just give illegal immigrants health care and cell phones and whatever, and whatever that country is over there that we're fighting with anyway. And what do you guys think about this Israel bullshit? What is going on? I haven't watched the news really. Maybe you guys can fill me in. What did our government say about this? What did Bumblemouth Joe have to say about the Hamas and the Israel thing? You guys seen that at all? That's going to be... I saw some of those videos of those poor kids. Well, good. I'm glad he is. We should be sending... That's the priority, in my opinion. You just don't go into a country, and it's not because it's Israel. You don't go into any country like that. Remember when Saddam Hussein did that to Kuwait? Do you remember when they just went in there and just took over and did horrible, unspeakable things? That's basically what they did. That's what they did this time. We didn't play around. You don't do that to any country. I don't know. I don't know. I know. Who does what horrible soul does that person have? You know? Oh. That's horrible. I saw some of the videos of the poor young girls that were at that concert. Her poor dead body after they'd raped her in the back of the truck. And that one girl that was getting out of, she had blood all over her bottom of her butt. Like, what did they do to that poor girl? Or did she sit in? I don't know. Or the family that was getting out. The father's pushing the whole family out the window. Get out, get out. And when he goes to get out, they shot him. They're already here, Patricia. They're already here. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I did see there was some protest in New York City with the Iranian flag. So, is the Hamas originally from Iran? Is that where their main, what do they call it, sect is? Is it Iran? Oh, Norma, they're definitely here. We know they caught some terrorists coming in. What about the ones they didn't catch? I don't know. Our government. Do we... fucking government. We don't even have a Speaker of the House, for fuck's sakes. How are they? We can't even control our own house. We can't control our own money. We can't keep our own bank account straight. You know what? That's like your neighbor, okay? That's okay. This is like your next door neighbor, okay? Losing their house, okay? The bank comes, sets their shit in the front yard, okay? They're evicted. They're sitting out there. And that same neighbor comes over to you and says, hey, let me manage your bank account and I'll pay your bills for you, okay? That's how bad our government is our government is the pathetic neighbor who lost his house. And they're coming to us asking us for, hey, we're going to manage your money. And that's what they do. Now, if that was would you give your neighbor your money? Hell no. But we are screwed because we got to pay taxes and they get our money while they dick around with all this shit. Okay, sorry. Hamas is Palestinian political... Right, but why... They had Iranian flags, guys. I did see Iranian flags. We need to look into that. For some reason, I'm thinking Iran's involved somewhere here. Okay, Iran funds them. Okay, was his name, and he was from Iran. And yeah, I when I saw that flag, I was like, oh, that's an Iranian flag. I bet you Majid didn't even... Last I heard, he went back to Iran. He was older than I am. Oh, he can't be alive anymore. I can't imagine. Oh, Joe is... Can't do shit about Joe without that Speaker of the House. Everything is on hold because... I am so disappointed in the Republican Party. I truly am. So disappointed. I don't know. You are right, Patricia. You are right. There are a lot of rhinos. There are a lot. I don't know. But you know, our economy, honestly, and I know y'all heard this, when the economy goes bad, what always happens? We go to war. That's what we're doing. But normally it's not just funding a war from behind the scenes. Usually it means we're sending people to war. So I expect that's probably going to happen. And you know what? I sure hope that they don't install the draft, because this generation's in for a rude awakening. Imagine some of these boys and girls having to go to war on a draft notice. You I'm not laughing, but I'm kind of laughing. What was that one boy who was at the White House from TikTok with his high heels and such in the Oval Office? He's at that age to be drafted. I mean, I'm sure there'll be draft dodgers, you know, but is Canada going to be really welcome to taking draft dodgers? You know, borders open down south. They could always go to Mexico. I don't know how open Mexico would be about that. I don't even know how that worked during the Vietnam War. Did Mexico accept draft dodgers? I don't even know. I don't know. I was very young during Vietnam. I don't really remember. Yeah, they probably would. I mean, I would. Hi, Diamond. Thanks for joining. Oh, it's been a very low amount of enrollment. Scary amounts. You know. Plus, we've sent all of our frickin' weapons to Ukraine. That's been a big concern of the Republicans about the fact that our surplus is getting low. Well, do we even make those things here? Do we make ammunition and guns here? Well, yeah, we do. Well, there you go. There's another way that's going to boost the economy when those things have to be made. That wouldn't be surprising, Prana. Oh, yes, Patricia. All those in Afghanistan? Yes. Yep, I believe it. I believe it. I had heard somewhere or read somewhere, and I can't quote it, but verbatim, it's not verbatim, but a lot of the leadership of Ukraine have purchased many beautiful homes in Switzerland or neutral countries. How are they making all that money in a war environment? Whatever. And then there's my ex-husband who we can't bury. Anyway, friends, it's frustrating, but I'm not going to be angry. Everything's meant to be the way it is. It's things will work out. Things always work out. It may not be the path that we wanted to take, but we'll get there eventually, and it's going to be the way it was meant to be. So anyway, with that being said, I am going to hop off here. I've got company coming here in about 10 minutes, and my kitchen is a freaking mess. I got to get it done. So I'm going to hop off here. I will be back later on because I want to share those soaps. I want to open them up. I'm really excited. They look like they're too pretty to use. I'm going to be honest. You ever seen something that's too pretty to use? It's kind of what these look like. I think I just want to sit and look at them and smell them. They're just beautiful. All right, friends, we will talk to you later. Probably about 9-ish, between 8:30 and 9:30, about that time for a live, if you guys, Eastern Standard Time, if you're interested. You guys take care. Thank you, friends. I love you all. And we will talk later. Bye-bye.